Popular venue during Mile of Music says it won't participate in the event being held next month in downtown Appleton. The owner of Deja Vu Martini Lounge is citing a number of reasons why. Jason Zimmerman's been looking into this. He's live in Appleton now with a first alert update for us. Jason.
Bill, Mile of Music has grown significantly since launching back in 2013, but the bigger crowd has also led to some issues, which bars like Deja Vu say have led them to make the difficult decision to sit this year out. With less than a month to go before Mile of Music returns to downtown Appleton, the excitement is already building for the event, which features around 200 artists and 700 live musical performances at every end of College Avenue.
It's kind of a necessity of life here at this point in time, and everyone looks forward to it every year. It's an entire community endeavor. There's not a person in this mini metropolis anywhere around this area that, doesn't participate in some way, shape, or form.
However, the size of the growing event is also causing some concern, with the owners of Deja Vu posting on social media, quote, "Over the years, the days of this festival become a dizzying, mad scramble for the staff who put in countless hours each of the 4 days to the point of complete physical and mental exhaustion and oftentimes injury." It goes on to take issue with the notion that the festival is free and the expectations customers have because of it, adding, quote, "Venues pay in thousands both directly to Mile of Music and in additional operating costs from staffing and inventory to maintenance and repairs most of the time from vandals," end quote. To keep problem customers away, Deja Vu is suggesting Mile of Music begin some sort of a cover charge, although the idea isn't popular with some residents who attend the festival.
There is money made, believe me. In one way or shape or form, there is money made for everyone. It has to be that way at this point in time. You can't set a precedence for years and then, now we're going to charge people. That is not going to fly.
The owner of another bar on College Avenue, Wood Nickel, tells me that he supports Mile of Music and he's happy that he's a part of it again this year. The event's founder, Dave Willems, said the decision by Deja Vu's owner was made about 10 months ago, and since then they've already found a replacement venue. Reporting live in Appleton, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.